I should go. Hold on. I'll go to YouTube.
Live. It's live. It's somewhat live. It's all right. I'm going to go to YouTube as well. Yes. Oh, yay! Yeah. There's so many messages. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. There's so many messages. I didn't even see. Hang on a second. I'm going to minimize.
All right, here I'm going to go over
Where's that
here.
music coming from? Me.
Hi, guys.
That's so exciting. Hold on a second. I've got to mute that button in the background, and then we're good to go. Okay. Hello, beautiful souls. Hello. Welcome. There is an awful lot of comments right there. Hello from Canada. Yay. That's Donna Nixon. We've got Tarot Alchemist, New Zealand. Woo! We've got Norse Pagan Tarot Witch. Good evening, everyone. Greetings from the past. We've got Amy Palmer. We've got a few people. That's exciting. Okay. Right. Well, let's get right into it. Medium Emery is here. Kristen is here. Lee is here. Rosemary is here. C. Glitter something ink is here from New Orleans. That's so exciting. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay.
So there's so many people already. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let you down.
We are moderately tardy only because we had some technical issues to just hear. So if at any point the lovely Anna drops her connection, she will be able to go straight back on via the situation that we have. It's fine. Lion Queen, hello from Texas. That's exciting. All right, guys, so we're here for another round at this. And it's exciting because we don't actually know what card we are going to do today. So we are going to put forth 2 suggestions to you guys, and you can pick, and then we'll just tackle it because we're a bit up in the air about which card to do next. And but before we get to any of that, I'm going to hand over to Anna because we worked on the Emperor card last fortnight, I think it was, and that has been completed, and so there is a reveal, and so I'm going to hand over to Anna for the grand reveal.
Okay, so for those of you who watched last time, we were doing the Emperor card and we sketched it out live, and this was the sketch, right? If you guys remember. For those that were not here, this was the original sketch that we did. So we decided on some elements, and then based on that, I went ahead and sketched this out. This was the pencil sketch. Can you see that? Since it's in my face, I can see how much you can see it. There we go.
I can.
So I sketched this out, and you might have seen it. I think you put it on your Insta. I saw.
Yes, so I put it on Insta and my Facebook page, and so it will be there. Oh, by the way, do I do it right now? Before you go, if you look up my personal Avalon Cameron account on Facebook and friend request me, I will have an entire album dedicated to every little step of this project. And you can then have a look at the sketches. You can have a look at the images. But that's all I had to say. So go, Anna, go.
Okay, all right. So this is the finished card. Are you ready? Ooh, okay. This is the finished card. All right. I'm going to kind of zoom in and out because it's bigger than the screen. See. So.
Oh, my God. It's so awesome. It's so awesome.
Okay. So you have it actually with the and stuff, so the tarot frame. So it's pretty big, right? So this is where we started, and this is where we ended.
Woohoo! Look at that.
So right now we have 1, 2. Oh, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. 4 cards. Are
4 cards. 4. That's 8. That's me doing 8, but that's 4 cards. I'm so excited.
So let's center.
Hang on, I'm just gonna get some tourmaline because I'm really fucking excited. I'm excited. Okay. Woo, little grounding, little tourmaline. This is a good practice, guys. Crystals, grounding, tourmaline, effective grounding. We'll pick up some stones in a minute for creativity, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? It's gonna get crazy. We're witches. We're being creative. What have you got?
I got a big quartz.
Oh no. Fabulous, fabulous.
Hands on quickly. Oh, okay.
All right. So this is where we're at now. So we have 2 possible card options to consider, and so I'm going to put the question to the lovely audience and ask which one you would like us to tackle. So the options are 2, obviously, and that is the Fool and the Death card. So vote for Fool or vote for Death card. Whoever gets the whichever one gets voted for the most.
How many people are on right now?
24.
So we got, like, okay, so how many?
Got 1 death.
I guess
Fool.
Death. It won't be a tie, right?
Death. 3 deaths, 1 fool. 2 fools, 4 deaths. Death. Fool. I think Death is winning right now. Death. Fool.
That doesn't sound very good.
Fool.
Death is winning.
Oh, I think the Fool's breaking even ever so slightly. I can't keep up. It's very split. I can't keep up. I should have started writing.
Looking like a lot of death. I see a lot of death.
I see a lot of death too. Hey, Jessie. All right. My little sister's watching, by the way. My little sister is Adriana Cameron in the chat room.
Hi, Adriana.
That's my little baby sister right there. And she's voted for Death, so that counts for 3 votes because she's I'm joking. But we do have more deaths, I feel. And she's actually, no, she actually gets 2 votes because she put Death in English and then Death in Portuguese.
I see that, yeah.
All right. So I guess we're doing the Death card.
There for a second. Death card, okay.
Deaths, 8 fools. Oh, someone counted 13 deaths and 8 fools. Thank you. Job done.
13 deaths and 8 fools, okay.
That's 13 deaths. Anyone else catch that? The number 13? No one else cares? Okay, that's fine.
I got it.
Alrighty, so I guess we're going to be working with the Death card today. Anna, how do you feel about this?
I feel good. Let's see what we can come up with.
All right.
No fluffy bunny.
No fluffy bunny.
No fluffy death. No fluffy death.
No fluffy death. All right. My mind, I'm not a horror lover by any stretch of the imagination, and I'm not even overtly attuned to violent scenes. But when it comes to death, the absolute grotesque comes out in me, and I love to see a very luscious and extremely ghastly death card. So I don't want it to be so ghastly that if you're a parent and you're reading your cards, your child pops over and goes, ah! Like, you know, but it might entice a moderate reaction, and therefore it might not be suitable to read with children. Just saying. So what have we got here, Avalon? Write our names down, please, for the pre-order. Don't forget. I shan't forget. Hang on.
Getting my notepad. I'm gonna write stuff down.
I've got to get my notepad.
Right. So, all right. So, death is it can be multiple things, but you know, are we going for the transition aspect of it? focusing on ending, transitioning, or pure, I mean, like you go into the dark side?
I want to go for all three, actually. I want to go for all three because there's sort of like two modern traps that the death card can fall into, and that is that the death card, when seen, and this is more depicted in Hollywood, when the death card is seen, then people naturally associate that to the death, a physical death, right? And that's step one. That's the rut that death can fall in there. And then the counter to that is within readers who have tried so hard to pull back from that grotesque death. Oh no, don't panic, it doesn't mean death. And they've, you know, perpetuate that concept of it just means a transition or a change of some degree. So I don't really want to go in any of those directions per se. I would like to go for something a little bit more soul shifting and a bit more spiritual. Okay. So I'm going to discuss out loud my ideas, as I've touched on very briefly prior, but we didn't know which card we were going to do, and so I'm like, I'm kind of in half of a mind when it comes to death card. I've got a bit more of a visual of the Fool card, and so, oh my God, it's Gabby Angus West, the artist for the Bonefire Tarot.
Hi, Gabby.
Oh no, is it just Gabby Angus? Is it Gabby Angus West, or is it Gabby Angus? Either way, I feel the bone fire. I feel the bone fire close to me. And therefore, that's my sign from the universe to have bones in this card. To have bones.
Bones.
Okay. So we're going to have some bones. So I know this, right? Now, initially, when I envisioned death, I envisioned the... It is? It is? Is that a question mark or a... Okay, so initially when I had envisioned death, and I might just, you know, speak about that first visual, is I depicted a dark goddess, so to speak, like a very dark figure, and similar to the pose that is often seen with Sheila Nagi, which is the vagina, the exacerbated vagina, throat open, sorry to be ghastly, but, you know, and that point of creation and returning to that cycle of creation again, and, you know, what comes and goes, and it's the cycle of life. And then I imagined river, and I'd be lying if I said this river wasn't blood, but I don't want to paint too ghastly a picture, but I envisioned a river and then a boat with the person laying down, which is very Greco-Roman, the coins on the eyes, and returning to source kind of energy, right? But then I thought, Sheila Nagi, you know, Sheila Nagi doesn't necessarily align with that kind of energy, even though she's a creative force in her own right. Her mythology is interlinked with other things. And so I moved away from that. And so my second, probably the most powerful visual that I've had, is warrior on the battlefield, like literally warrior on the battlefield with like old war around them and sword, and the plunging of the sword through the chest and the release of the soul in this really expansive way. And that is the second visual that I've had. And the fact that there are two depictions of this, International Women's Day. Woohoo! It's International Rivers Day. A river of blood, yes. See, there are those out there that like it. But this aspect of the soul release, you know, during battle, the soul release and the, you know, even the claiming of a soul, you could add extra things in there. It gives the opportunity to have two expressions. The expression of loss and defeat in the face of the body that has physically been overcome, and also the relief and the expansion and the opportunity in the face of the spirit as it is freed. And so it needs to be that, like, not quite separated, but like separating, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so a couple of questions. So, well, do you want to focus on like having, if you mentioned a warrior on a battlefield. Now, I'm assuming the warrior is not the personification of death, correct?
No. And so
it's a person.
Yes.
The person
so
passing on, right?
The person. That's it. Yeah. But now that you're talking about the personification of death, there needs to be an element of like death, crow, ravager, bird, spirit, reaper. You know what I mean? A representative of death in the background, not just the actual shifting, but the looming essence of it. So that way you get the looming essence of this coming, right? So when you're reading this card, you would get, okay, so death looks like they're approaching, and then there's a separation of body and soul in this not complete way. It's not a complete freeing of the soul from the body, but it's a moment. And so you're capturing three things in one card. And I think that's that transition that I would most likely to linger to. I envision a tree of life made of bones. That's not me. That's Ben. That's Ben. And I'm loving a vision of this deck. Thank you, Corvid, Storm, Intuitive Reader. Mwah. Hello, Christina, Tarot Alchemist. Yes, yes. A crow, a raven tugging at the soul away. Ooh, that's a nice one. A crow.
I was going towards something similar to that too, but just I'll tell you later.
No, go. You. I think that's as far as I can go on my own. I basically want to include, just more than the usual transition aspect. And I was reading upon research for this because, of course, when you're designing a card, you have to go back to your roots and read all of the books, right? And so I started to skim through all of the stories of Fool. Now, for some reason, the stories of Fool, it just stays with me. I don't have to reread the Fool. It's just there. For me, it's there. And I think that it's because I am a fool in my own way. But with death, it's such a transient energy. And with the way people have depicted death in the past and with the stigma that the card itself has, I'm really trying to move to something a bit more expansive and multi-layered, so that when you read it, it could actually be, well, someone in your family might actually die. Like that's a thing. Like for those who use cards as a predictive thing, that could mean, please, whatever the situation is here, go to the doctor, get it checked out, suss it out, or stop smoking, or just a cautionary tale basically can be woven in there. And for those who lean more towards spiritual development and non-predictive tarot, then there is something there that you can elaborate on separate to that. But then there's a variant there for both types of readers. And for those who want to meld the two, there's something there for those who want to meld those two practices. So what have we got here? Vultures. I love vulture.
Well, I'm actually thinking of that there should be a presence of I was thinking like raven or a certain bird that transitions the souls, like a representation of that. So to incorporate that within the visual. Because that might.
I like that. I like that. So, and I like the winged aspect too. I'd be disinclined to accept, say, a more earthly creature. I think this creature needs to have wings, and I think there needs to be an element of flight there, and I think that there needs to be an element of air. So a bird of some description, even a transition of mythological there. No, I don't want to go mythological. Or maybe I do want to go mythological. It doesn't matter.
A bird. So, okay. So, and the other thing that I want to know from you is, do you want to have, okay, so like how we did the Hierophant and it was more of a close-up shot, right? Of the Hierophant. If we can show also through emotion and like facial emotion, or if we incorporate, say, the aspect of death and the actual person that's transitioning or the soul that's transitioning, do we want a close-up of that, or do we want to pull back? Do you want to see like a whole scene? Because that's gonna
affect it. Yeah.
Like if you want to if I'm just throwing this out there, if you're going for like a whole scene of a river and boat and a lot of elements that are more of backdrop, right? Then having that all within a frame that's like this big is not
It's
You know.
going to be like, okay, so we need to eliminate, right? So,
Well, no. Well, this is what I'm asking you. Do you want to go to zoom in, or do you want to zoom out? I guess would be the question. Because we can incorporate a couple of elements. Like if you want to go close shot, like close-up shot, like if we had, if we represented death through this raven, or, you know, and it had some kind of a link to the soul that's leaving, but it would transform into something, like it would go back to the source, but at the same time not in a like light kind of, you know. All right, so picture this here. I'm gonna draw it out.
okay, draw it out for me. Draw it out.
All right, so if we, all right, so I'm thinking, this is just one idea, okay? If we had, hold on, let me grab some marker. And here I thought I was organized. Haha.
I'm not
All right.
organized. I'm definitely not organized.
So if
So,
we,
while you're drawing,
yes, I will draw.
you draw and I'm going to get names. Okay. So I've got my book here and I'm going to get, like, just list a yes or put my name down or write something if you would like to be contacted pre-order. That's all I'm saying. And we will probably need to be actual Facebook friends for this, guys, so that I can actively get in touch with each and every one of you. Otherwise, I can't. I'm not sure that I can send. I'll have to get your email addresses, and it's just very difficult, okay? So help me out here. No, that's not the one that I'm looking for. This is the one that I'm looking for. So I have got Donna Nixon. Next on, Donna Nixon, friend me. Amy Palmer, friend me. Tarot Alchemist, friend me. Jessie Murdoch, friend me. I'm gonna have a lot of friends after this. I'm just kidding. Or maybe I'm just making a deck to get friends. Who knows? Hang on, Letty. Adriana, of course. Pre-order Tarot Alchemist, Jessie, Tarot Alchemist, Corvid, yes. I think we're friends, Corvid, aren't we? When I just recently split my account, I think we're still friends. So I don't have to tell you. Mystic Crone, let's be friends on Facebook. Janine Murphy, same goes to you, Janine. Although I can get in touch with you via Etsy, Janine, so that's fine if you don't want to be Facebook friends. Christina D, are we Facebook friends on my new Facebook profile, Christina D? If not, let's be friends. Kristen, I know that I'm friends with you already. Rosemary, I should say. I'm dyslexic, guys, so whatever's. Jessica B, you know what I'm going to say, guys. Jessica B, absolutely. Alex, Wonder Weirdness and Witchcraft. Hello, gorgeous. Moonchild, Samantha Brown. Mystic Crown, Samantha Brown. Is that your name, Moonchild, Samantha Brown? Because I'll write that down. Mystic Crown, Mystic Moonchild. That's Samantha Brown. Okay. Yes, Soren. Just sent. Excellent. Hold on. Hannah, yes, please. Grace Morel. Oh, me, please. Wonderful. Yes, that's my name. Got it. Okay. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15. Okay. I don't think I've missed anyone, although that's flowing nicely. You know what I mean? Okay.
Okay.
Fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. So we have 33 viewers at the moment. Hello to our beautiful 33 viewers. What we're doing right now is we're deciding on what structure we're going to go for the death card that has been voted for creation today. So there was a decision between the full card and there was a decision between the death card, and the death won because we put it to the people and they selected death. And so, ironically enough, just to recap, because it was quirky and a synchronicity, 13 people voted for death. That's worth mentioning. Okay.
So
Now, oh, fabulous. Me too, please. Oh, Lakeview, medium and tarot. Medium. Find me on Facebook, please. Would you please? Okay. Right. I've written some names down, and no one can say that I haven't done that now.
okay. Almost there.
Okay.
I'm doing two quick ideas.
Yeah,
And
that's fine. And I'm going to look. Oops, there we go. I'm holding in my hot little hands here Phantasmagoria from Ian Daniels. Okay, so let's read what the reason why I've reached for Phantasmagoria over all other tarot books right now is because his theme is dark, it's gothic, it's vampire, it's everlasting life, it's, you know, it's so many things. Pre-order. That's funny. All right, so here I'm going to read you out. In case you don't have this deck, I'm going to read out a little bit about this. So we've got the alchemy of the card as written in Ian Daniels' Phantasmagoria is the zodiac trump of Scorpio, Mars ruler, Pluto exalted, connects. I don't want to really talk about the Kabbalah here. Kindred spirit, the child of great transformation. Thanatos, Hypnos. Now, if you guys have ever read the Arcana Chronicles, then Thanatos is the name of the horse of death that is then, of course, named after the death deity. Anyways, but I digress. The essence is transformation, conclusions, change, rebirth, sleep, hibernation, and resurrection. There's also an element of letting go and moving on, secrets of life and death, forthcoming success or evolution, a parting or separation, growth and decay simultaneously, fear of death, initiation, astral traveling, I should say, or sorcery, the underworld, past lives, spiritual growth and evolution. And he has written quite a bit on this. And see, this is one that the death card is seldom an indication of physical death. See, that's the trap. That's the tarot trap there. And I think it's really, really necessary to unbox that thought process when it comes to death, because it could very well be, if you're a predictive reader and you're looking to that card for something more than, say, self-development or the transition aspect of that card, like, it really comes down to the individual reader. And so freeing up the imagery a little bit so that it is inclusive for those who do want to predictively read, then I think that that's moderately better. Just my own personal thoughts. And that's what we have here. Kind of card, essence. There's so many directions that you can go in, guys. With death, there's so many directions. There's the dark goddess, the crone, that's really bringing you back into her dark bosom.
all right, I got you know when you're ready.
Go.
Okay,
I'm ready.
So, one actually is with the dark goddess with the crown.
Fabulous.
All right, so this one you have to use your imagination, okay, because it's a rough sketch. So I am incorporating a raven, but I was thinking that having her, but you know how the hair can like morph into half in half her, and the claws, you did mention like on the battlefield, like a sword kind of like releasing, right? If we show at the bottom of the card, but it's like almost like the body, like this is the head, this is the torso, and the sword. So it's like the raven is kind of like going in and, you know, actually like forcefully taking this. So I'm looking for force and
I like it.
Not a gentle approach to it. And this would be like a crony face, like, you know, with wrinkles and all that. So, and her look, what I was thinking would be more like, I don't see this as a very gentle look, more like a crone that has knowledge, but is like looking sideways, like she's like, she knows that it's going to be taken, like there's no opposition to it. So
can we get
like
a hint of satisfaction in the smile? Can we almost get just a slight menacing little, just a little,
we can.
Just a hint of satisfaction. Like it's the look of, come on, kid, you know what's going on.
Yes.
You know what's going on.
Like,
and she's all knowledgeable and she's relaxed and smiling, but her eyesight looks menacing because she understands.
All you would see. It's like, so this is why I was asking you if you wanted a close-up shot where everything would be going on in the expression and the second element, which would be the bird, the action. So it's the transition goes from her to the raven, and then there's the soul. So it's like,
sweet.
So you don't. Yes. It's like you're not really seeing the soul. I did not draw in the soul. I just drew the raven kind of going towards the sword. So if you want me to, so it's, you don't know, did he stick the sword in or is he taking it out? Get it?
I think he's sticking it in. I think he's really he's skewering. There's an element of skewer.
Nobody's gonna want to get that card in the deck, you know. He's like, oh.
You're like, oh fuck.
All right, the other idea was this one. This is more along the release, but at the same time, you did say bones. So I'm thinking that.
Bring that back. Is that the birds? Are they birds? Is the soul birds?
Yes, but they're forming this scully face, the birds. So the image would be made out of birds, not a real skull, but you would see a skull. And the figure is like bent, so it's like the release is coming from within.
That's fucking awesome. That is fucking awesome. Yes. Get to that one. wait. Oh my God. No, that's awesome. So that would be the body, and then the release would be just like this.
So the would be the body. The birds are like coming out, and then you'd have like almost a flock of birds releasing from inside, right? Blackbirds. I was thinking blackbirds.
Yeah.
Not pigeons. Pigeons.
Thank you.
And then everything would be like forming this skull. Like they would be forming.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay.
I like that one. I like that one. Even though the crone is awesome as well. Like this is a difficult decision. You know, you've put two really good ideas forth.
And you can have like a sunset. Maybe like if you wanted to go with a sunset behind, like something very like, you know, like a orange red and like the eclipse of the, not eclipse, but you know, you get the point, right?
I get the point. I'm thinking, can you hold up that second picture again? Picture number 2. Yeah. So
I can do it a little better if you want. I just did it really quick.
No. I'm just want to know if there's room to move here in the sense that underneath the body, for instance, can we fit a symbol? Can we fit an infinity symbol or a life everlasting symbol or a symbol for Scorpio or something like that?
Yeah. Do you want the symbol maybe to kind of like, well, if it's a woman, I can incorporate it within the folds of the dress. If it's a woman that's the body, so like when the folds are kind of going in, I can put in a symbol in the folds, or I can put in the symbol like as it's almost like lifting her up, like it's pushing her up.
Yeah, right. I would like either man or woman. That doesn't matter to me in this point. I think the emphasis is on the release. I would prefer it to be like battle garb. So it doesn't matter if it's man or woman. So face to be covered kind of, or whatever, like, you know, just something a little less, I'm man or woman. I don't want the emphasis to be on gender at all. I want the emphasis to be on the transition. And so, and also a noble death, even a noble death.
So you want the person in like a warrior type, you know, have like
warrior garb.
Okay. Well, you know, you might not even see some of the face because all these birds are going to fly out. So it's like a lot of it is going to be obscured.
Perfect then. Perfect. I don't have to even tackle the gender. Can I just say thank you, Avalon, for letting us see the process? Oh, thank you, Christina D. That's very nice of you. Yeah, the second one, guys. I'm feeling the second one. Even though that crone, she had me going for a bit there, the menacing crone.
Christina D.
Hold that. Don't throw that picture away. Don't throw menacing crone away, because I think I could.
Okay.
I could reapply her. I'm going to reapply her somehow.
Hold on. Let me write this down because I will forget. So I'm going to write
the devil card. Oh.
No. Okay, warrior.
Agree. More. I love the second one. We've got a lot of, I love the second ones here. So that's awesome. That's awesome sauce, guys. Really loving it. Hello to everyone too. If you've just joined us, we're just in the process of designing the death card, of creating the death card, of artistically outlining the death card, of choosing between two beautiful options. And we're narrowing it down now. We're narrowing it down.
Let's see. So you're good with the skull, just the skull itself, right? And I'm thinking I don't want to clutter it in terms of like background because you're gonna have. So since the card itself is here, I'll do this so you can kind of. I cut this out. It's helpful, so I can, because sometimes going vertically, you know, can remove some of the what you can put in. It's like I can't trace. I can draw, but I can't trace.
I can't do either, so you're miles ahead of me.
All right, here.
Oh my gosh, some great stuff coming through. Some great stuff. Suggestions. I like the rebirth through birds. Now I want to place an emphasis on a culture here because I think crow is pretty prevalent in most places. Raven, I think we have raven and crow in Australia. We definitely have crow. I had a pet crow. Well, when I say pet, I saved a bird. It was a crow. I left it on the tree outside. I fed it. I rehabilitated it, and then I released it because I don't do pets, people. I don't do pets, but I do love animals. So it's my trademark.
All right.
But crow prevalent, yes.
So this is the shape of the card. Okay, so this is how.
Yeah.
So you're not actually going to see with detail the birds. You're just going to see a mass of this flock kind of like going up, right? So just so we're on the same page.
Yes. We're on the same page. I love the skull made of birds. I love the flock of birds releasing from the body. I want to whack a symbolism there on the ground, even if the symbolism is traced in the ground like this, as the soul is lifting, because it looks like there'll be room there, as the body soul, you know, as it's elevated, there needs to be sort of like a flat surface, like, because lately we've got a lot of forest in one, and we've got elevations in the other, and we've got mountains behind. I think this one needs to be vast, expansive, flat kind of business, like, and then
field?
To really,
like a field, like a plain
like
field,
even a dried lake, a field, just something that's very that produces that flat. It's like the battlefield. It's the battlefield, basically.
Okay.
And I'm not sure exactly what to do in regards to that battlefield though, because I don't know if I want it to be
swords in the background, in the ground. If you want like a mass of swords.
Oh, we could have swords. We could have. I don't want like a litter of dead bodies. That's not
No,
what I'm looking for.
just the tools of the war, like the tools stuck on the ground.
Oh yes, I like the tools of war on the ground. Multi tools of war. Can we have a bone in there? Can we have 2 bones? Can we have a boneyard? Can we have a boneyard?
Boneyard. Ooh, that might be cool. Like a whole like skulls everywhere.
Bones. I'm winning. I just
Like
got
skulls
it.
on the ground, skulls. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
like boneyard,
That
like full on, like boneyard. Hang on.
okay.
There's a card. There is a card in Goddess and Sirens. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Did anyone ever notice that in traditional depictions of the Hindu goddess Kali, that it's all men that she has wrapped around her neck? Just an FYI. It doesn't have. See, I remember things different to what they actually are. That's my fault. You know, I'll romanticize something or I'll give it dimension, but I thought this was much more scully.
Gabby says a field of poppies.
I beg your pardon?
Gabby Angus says a field of poppies.
Ooh, a field of poppies. I like it with bone.
You just want those bones in there.
I want the bones, and it's Gabby's fault that I want bones because she was my sign.
But she came with poppies. She said poppies.
She can't come over. She can't stamp out her own sign. But the poppies has a huge symbolism, particularly here in Australia when it comes to, you know, honouring veterans and things of that nature. And so there is a fallen soldier aspect to a poppy. Fields of poppy, I'm sure that's something that is translated into other cultures for other reasons.
Wait, people are making suggestions here. People are making suggestions. Somebody
infinity symbol on the skull. That's typical, the infinity symbol on the face of the skull. But if the skull is made up of birds, it's not going to be necessarily solid. So I don't think you'll be able to put an infinity symbol there. Stark landscape. We've got a stark landscape. Instead of a skull in the sky, how about a full moon with the goddess face within it? That's too romantic, Amy. That's far too romantic. I need death, like really good quality death. Field of poppies. Abby, that's Angus and Gabby together. I'm considering it. Fields of poppies would include the colour black and bright red. Good idea. Freeze birds makes the infinity symbol, like Chris suggested. With bones, yeah. Sister's got my back. Lots of bones and skulls. Unlike me, my sister loves horror movies. Like, she loves them.
I can't watch a horror movie. I'm still traumatized by The Exorcist, and I saw that like 20 years ago.
I'm traumatized by The Exorcist. I'm actually really traumatized by Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Bones, fallen shields, and swords. Bones, fallen shields, and swords. I think that the aspect of poppy might actually come in to bring a, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it, a pop of color. But it has to be in the midst of the field of battle. So like, even if they were worn bones, you know, they're not fresh, they're not flesh, you know, falling off them fresh. But so there'd be, even though there'd be an element of stark or flat battlefield, there's got to be an element of regeneration there as well. Mm-hmm. So we've got the birds releasing the symbol of death, and then we might be able to incorporate the poppy to, or another flower, another symbolism to create a regeneration of sorts. Is it too busy then? I didn't want it to be too busy though, because I wanted death to be very simple. I wanted it to be like death.
If you want a field of skulls, a field, like a whole mass of skulls, with the poppies, it might be a little
No. Either we go like full field of skulls, like, and that's it. You're dead. This is like like
this.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really death. like that. And the other option is to have it say like flat expanse, like we spoke of, battlefields, bones scattered very like so that you can see them, but they're not a mound of bones. And then poppies. What? Inspiration,
okay.
go.
I was thinking, what if the person that passed holds a flower? You know, they're a warrior.
Yes. The rose is typical, isn't it? But the poppy would be better.
Rose. They're different. It actually depends. Like flowers can mean different things, but each country has their own interpretation of what death is, you know, of what flower represents death. So for instance, you know, I'm Romanian, so if you can never give 2 flowers when you're going to somebody that's living, that means that you're bringing in death. So it's always, yeah, you'd give 1 flower, not 2. And the white calla lilies, I guess.
Yeah.
That one is representative of death. So
that's true. That is true. That is a popular representation. Also, upon conversation many moons ago with a woman who was doing her florist degree, she said something along the lines of that a particular brand of yellow flowers, if you sent a bunch of yellow flowers to a person, that was basically saying that you are going to die, or that someone in your family is going to die, or that I'm going to kill you. So this particular yellow flower. And that was here in Australia, not a conversation that I had in a different country. So black rose with blood, said my morose and gothic sister. Orchids as well, yes, holding flower, black roses with blood on the thorns, surrounded by skulls. Wow, guys, you're really coming to the party on this one.
Somebody wants to see the card. Which card? Somebody asked, I want to see the card. Hold on. Ms. Crystal Sophia, what card? You mean the death card? Is this the one you want to see?
Death flower. I think it might be the Emperor card because...
Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure.
Where is it? Where's the question?
Above. Above.
I must.
Anna, above your sister.
Above my sister.
Said no poppies.
No poppies. No poppies. Poppies remind me of Hypnos. Right. Amy Palmer, what about the card being slightly view from below as there is the head on the ground and poppies growing? Ooh, the big ones, guys. Show me the card. Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, that was quite up there. All right, so death flowers. I'm looking at death flowers. Oh, there's a corpse flower. I actually do know the story of this corpse flower because there's one in the Botanic Gardens here, and I believe it might be, I think it's Sydney, because a couple of years ago, if not last year, it opened for the first time and it made the news because apparently it doesn't do that very much. And that's when I stopped watching TV.
Okay. Sorry, I wrote down some stuff.
Death flower. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I've typed in death flower and I've got something to do with Sims. Flowers symbolize death. Yeah, The Sims, the video game, because everything you type in now is either Minecraft or Sims. I can hate video games. I can hate it. Flowers. Death. I'm just Googling flowers that depict death. Lilies, of course, yes. Roses, orchids, chrysanthemums. Hydrangeas.
I didn't know about that one.
Peace lilies. That's not comforting because I have a peace lily potted in the center of my house. So. And they're a beautiful indoor plant, so I don't believe it. Flowers that represent death. Okay, so I'm going to have a look at this flower meaning. Flowermeanings.com. Flowermeanings.com and I are going to have a little chat. Ha ha ha, The Sims. Don't laugh, Soren. The Sims are ruining my life. Every time I get on Google and I'm searching something, it's either Minecraft or The Sims. I'm searching witchcraft stuff and it's like witchcraft, Minecraft, witch, something ridiculous to do with not what I wanted it to do with. Common Western funeral flowers. Light yellow flowers with peaceful meanings like the lotus, lily, orchid. Plain white blossoms featuring many curved petals, maybe that's what she means, such as chrysanthemums and carnations and larkspurs, foxglove, and practically any other flower as long as it's white or yellow.
Yeah,
Not
white.
any sympathy. And I got one. I got a section called Unusual Funeral Flowers. So let's read. Dried roses or carnations with rainbow, multicolored, or even black petals. Greenery with attractive leaves and stems instead of traditional blossoms. Custom foam blocks arranged in the shape of a football dog, or even a skull. Large and eye-catching flowers like birds of paradise, giant calendulus, and 3-foot-tall spikes of lupin.
Oh. Well, I mean,
I'm not getting what I need.
We can think about the flower, like, it's mostly a symbol. You know, I see it also as this. It's like she's going through, she's dying, but there's also something nostalgic about it, right? The rose, the offering of a rose or offering of a flower. So you know how they used to put the coins on the eyes, right?
Yeah, for the boatman. Yes.
Like she's leaving with an offering. So that's what I was thinking.
She's
flower.
leaving with an offering. Okay. You know, maybe we're thinking about this the wrong way. What if it wasn't a flower? What if it was like a renowned root or herb or something of that regard? I need my book.
Rotting apple, but the seeds are falling to the ground for new life. That's a nice idea. Oh, now I'm thinking pomegranate.
Pomegranate. See. I wonder if this would be in here. Saturn, Moon, Pluto, maybe? Maybe things ruled by Pluto? No.
Lisa has an idea about a rotting apple, but the seeds are falling to the ground for new life.
No. I don't want a rotten apple. I want something that's juicy and life. Like just something that's otherworldly right there. You know, just a little otherworldly life symbolism, like something there. Because we've got the skull, which is an obvious representation of death. We've got the flock of birds. We've got the dead body and the release of that birds. And so we need just something, just a little touch of, just a little splash of something.
Okay.
Just a little something. Dead rising. You. I'm not sure about that. Exorcisms. Natural onion, pepper, rosemary. Hang on a minute. A bit mandrake. Mandrake is an effective route to draw, but I don't think it's an effective symbolism. Would be fun though.
Yeah, that one is cool to draw. Has all those little. I keep thinking Harry Potter now every time I hear mandrake. I see that little mandrake.
It's impossible. Like
screaming.
Looking for things that have blossoms and great roots. See, the peonies has a great structure to it as well. I'm just looking for great structures right now. Fine. Rose. Okay, let's read a little bit about the rose, right? So we've got Hathor, Eros, Cupid, powers of love, psychic powers, healing, love, divination, luck, and protection. It's also a symbol of romance, right? It's a symbol of everlasting, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just reading. I like pomegranate, but my only thing is when I think of the pomegranate, I think of but maybe it's just me.
What do you think of?
I think of Persephone.
Oh, yes, yes. Which is not necessarily a terrible depiction, considering that Persephone is half in, half out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yes,
so
but you are. But it takes you to a different, you know what I mean? It takes you to the myth of Persephone. At least I know the myth. So when I see death and the pomegranate, and then I see Persephone. So so
I don't know if this has got poppy in it. Let's see if this has got a poppy in it. To draw, there's an element of poppies though, right? That is a little bit like opium. Opium den.
Well, she is dead, so she's asleep around the poppies.
Okay, so poppy. Here we go. Hypnos, Demeter. They're sacred to Demeter, so you've actually got the opposite there. You've got mother and daughter there in pomegranates and poppies. Mother and daughter. So you've got fertility, love, sleep, money, luck, invisibility. Interesting. Let's read its mythology. Poppy seeds, flowers, used in mixes designed to aid sleep. Blah, blah, blah. Eaten, carried to promote fertility and luck and attract money. Seeds held, gilded and worn in talismans to draw wealth. See, the mythology of the poppy: soak seeds in wine for 15 days, then drink the wine each day for 5 days while fasting. According to tradition, you'll be able to make yourself invisible.
What? Hey, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you for a second. What symbol did you want to include? You were thinking of a couple of symbols that you were thinking to include?
Yes, I was thinking either like light, everlasting, or continuous. So the Ouroboros would be one. Yeah. Infinity would be one, and then the symbol for either for Pluto or for Scorpio, or for Pluto and Scorpio for its astrological association. Not that I'm an astrologer, but I'm familiar with that. And also
what if
Scorpio
we have
is my ascendant.
what if we have the person holding a key with one of those symbols?
Did you say a key?
Key. Like have a key.
Key.
Like the like one of those old keys, they used to, right?
Like a skeleton key.
Yeah. Like one of the like a key. Like a but like like you could only see the top of the skeleton key would be I guess the symbol.
I like it. I'm concerned though because keys are a sacred symbol for Hecate, the goddess of crossroads in Greek mythology, and also key was depicted in the recent unboxing that I did for Lisa de Saint Croix. Her skeleton was dancing on double helix with a light and had a key in its hand.
Ah,
true story.
Okay.
True story. Hard here because it actually. I unboxed this the other day, and I've done the video already, but fucking box pisses me off. It's a legit thing. Just a simple, just put the loops in there, people. Okay. I'm gonna show you. Here we go.
He's holding a key.
It's holding a key up into the light.
Well, I was thinking like the person has the key. So It's kind of the
Ah,
opposite.
I like it. And this is dependent on what the key looks like too, because there's the potential
Yes.
there. If we go the key, there's the potential there to make it a really badass key.
Because it depends, like, so that's why I was saying, like, whichever symbol you wanted to focus more on as the hands are dropping, right? As the hand, where's the drawing? So as the hands are dropping,
Yep.
well, somewhere down there, they can have like they can have hold the key.
The
like
key.
Hold this. So, but
Yeah.
so the key doesn't belong to death. It belongs to the soul. Kind of.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Yes, I like it. I like the key. I like the key idea.
You like the key idea more than the flower idea?
I think I like the key idea more. Yeah. Because it's too hard to actually pick a flower for that. I can't easily envision a flower there. I wouldn't naturally put a flower there myself, although the ripe, luscious fruit or a beautiful flower would fit quite beautifully in the symbolism itself. I can't pick one to put in there. And therefore, if I can't pick one, then it shouldn't be in there. Beautiful. Here we go. Enter the key could be one of your symbolisms like Pluto or Scorpio with dangly bits and bobs and symbols. Oh, the key with dangly bits and bobs and symbols. Yes, a key. Yes. Okay, so we've got aspects of pretty good positive for the key. So let's definitely incorporate the key in there then.
Okay.
This is exciting.
You're gonna know eventually what symbol you want.
Yeah, eventually the symbol is going to come up. I might just meditate on it a little bit later on and then decide on the symbolism to put in there. But right now, I've got an encyclopedia of symbolisms in here somewhere. Signs, symbols, and something book. I'll go through
Look at an image of deadly belladonna.
Ooh, I like belladonna. I like it. I like the belladonna. There's so many ways you could go about it. There's so many death cards in my mind. I could design 20 of them, I think. Easy peasy.
No,
There's
no,
so
not 20.
Like, you know what I mean? No, but you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm designing right now, but it wouldn't stop me for in future designing another death card for another deck, you know? Like, I'm not boxed in with this one idea. This is the only way that it could be. So I'm very excited. Maybe, hang on a minute, maybe. Gonna reach for my bone, right? Look at this beautiful baby.
Ooh.
Look at, isn't it awesome? It's got these great tusks on it, and I just thought I'll bring it out. That's sage that I've stuffed into its little mouth and face. I'm a fan of bones. I'm a big fan of the bones that are oftentimes utilized as well. And so for me, because I work with ancestor, bone, the actual element of bone transfers energy into the image and will transfer energy into the picture as well for me. So I like that the skull is actually made of birds, so then I don't have to think about that. I don't have to think about that transference of energy with bone. So that actually relieves the pressure a little bit. And then the bursting forth of like, if that was a movie, it would make a phenomenal movie, don't you think? That image.
Yeah. Yeah.
In wicked high definition color.
I don't want them to steal it.
It's perfect.
But
It's
I think
absolutely
that's
perfect.
gonna look good. Like there's a certain force that goes with it, so I think it'll look good.
I agree. I think it's going to look phenomenal. And so it's just a matter. I'm going to get my symbol book. Hang on. It's right here on my shelf. It's just lucky that half of my space is a library as well, so that's nice. I only point this camera in one direction, but then there's over there with the shelves and there's over there with the shelves. And you don't even know. Okay. Oh, I naturally opened to bird divine communicators. Interesting. And also on the other side, zombies.
Oh,
So let me look at the index.
what are we binding the legs with? Wait, I'm reading some of the, I just saw binding the legs. I just saw that. I'm like, wait, what?
What am I doing?
Amy, legs with what?
Why are we binding legs?
I'm going back through the I'm scrolling through. Okay, so Amy says to bind the legs with belladonna. Yes, she said with belladonna. Alchemist said to entwined around the arm, growing.
What about ivy?
You guys want to bind it down? What did you say?
What about ivy? If you're going to bind it with something, I'd prefer it to be ivy. Hang on a moment. I would really like for there to be, there's no left. No thing, whatever. Evil Eye. This is a great book, actually. Saffron red symbol. Okay, fabulous. Tobacco plant. Oh, hang on. With an apple. What do you mean?
What'd you find?
Cagliostro seal. So it's a symbol, it's a serpent with an arrow going straight through it in the form of an S and an apple impaled on it, or in the mouth. The apple's in the mouth, but it's very elaborate. I just wanted to know what it meant. A caduceus. Ooh. Okay. Okay, this is what I'm looking at. So you see.
Hold on. Stuff is falling. Oh, the one on the left. Okay.
I'm looking at them all actually because this is Native American prayers traveling to the gods kind of vibe.
Oh, I see.
That one
Okay.
there. And that's the one that I was talking about. So the apple in the mouth there. There's a few different types of symbolism there.
Mm-hmm.
There can be obviously the cornucopia, but I was looking for something a little bit more death related. Celtic sun cross, candles, cauldron. See, if the goddess was going to be there, then a cauldron would be really good, a really good one, because the symbol of rebirth through the cauldron, particularly when considering the mythology of, say, Ceridwen and the Taliesin and the Arwen and the Mordor, and it's a very, very fascinating one. But there's no goddess there, and so I don't feel like the cauldron should be there. It shouldn't just be a cauldron plonked in there. We're doing research. This is research. Far out. Green Man, no. Leaf print, no. Why doesn't this book have an index is what I would like to know. Fauna introduction. Landscapes, flowers. Flowers of the other world, or the underworld. Flowers of the underworld. It's actually
world. That sounds interesting.
339. Let's go to 339. Flowers of the underworld. All right. We have diamond, sapphire, amber, amethyst. This is supposed to be flowers of the underworld. 335. Hang on. You're not flowers of the underworld. Oh, okay. Trees. There's trees. Okay, so we've got pine, rowan, orange, the willow. The willow is a nice symbol. The yew. Yeah, it's not very clear. It's not very clear. Sacred geometry. I can't think of a symbol to put there. It'd either have to be the infinity, in which case the backing of the card is the infinity as well. So do we want to link those two together? I think not.
Well, okay. Do you want to this? Well, this is going somewhere totally different. But do you want to put any of the you want to put any Cabalistic symbols in there at all? Like if you want to go with, if we go with what is it? What card? Well, hold on. Let me. Oh, I don't have. Go to. Okay, go to. Do you have a traditional deck, tarot deck? Like
do you want one of those? You want one of those?
Yeah, just go back. Go to the Wheel of Fortune. There's a there's the wheel, and each animal has a specific letter. Well, yes, but
This has been shuffled, so bear with me while I flick through. So for all you tarot lovers, this is the Pamela Coleman Smith. Oh no, the Centennial Edition. I really need the Pamela Coleman Smith. Alrighty. Aha! No. Death. Wheel of Fortune. Where are you, Wheel? Here we go. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So we have death and we have the Wheel of Fortune here.
okay. So if you go to, you see how there's like there's the symbols of the
Kabbalah.
yeah. So this is what I was saying. Like, do you want to incorporate any of the symbols within the key? Like, you could use that also to have a link towards a more like a Kabbalistic thing. You could link it to one of the Sephiroths, for instance, if you wanted to go.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. What I would like. What do I want? What do I want? Tell me what I want. Tell me what I want. All right, let me just walk through the visual again. So we have a vast expanse. We have body, the soul emerging, blackbird, crow, whatever. I guess the bird isn't necessarily that important in that case. And then we have the symbol of the skull right there. Now, and then underneath on the ground, in some regard, there has to be that. It's expansive. What I see is expansive. So it's maybe it has to be the infinity. I'm trying to bring it into my visual. Something about Vaknut or Rugadnir heart. Or ivy wrapping around the body.
Well, I was thinking like of because through death you acquire also knowledge. So I was going through I was thinking of the Sephiroth that is in the center that is not seen, but it's there. It's, what is it, dot? Or
Yes.
dot? Yes, that one. So I was thinking of placing that because like having something along that line, because that is the like the he has the keys now of knowledge that way.
I like it.
So, but I can't remember. I have to go and look for the actual symbol, because there's multiple associations with each Sephiroth. So there's like color associations, there's the number associations, and there's the symbol.
There is. See, I don't work with Kabbalah, which is why I'm disinclined to go in that direction, mostly because it's utter, like, it's a jumble in my head.
Okay.
But I'm looking here at the Ouroboros. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Ouroboros. Ancient symbol depicting a serpent or dragon eating its own tail, originating in ancient Egyptian iconography. The name itself is actually Greek, but the origins of the symbol is Egyptian.
Which one?
The Ouroboros. The Ouroboros entered Western tradition via Greek magical tradition and was adopted as a symbol in Gnosticism, Hermeticism, and most notably in alchemy. Alchemy. That is a trigger word for me. Via medieval alchemical traditions, Renaissance magic, etc. So, what does it mean? Endless creation. It represents the infinite cycle of nature's endless creation and destruction, life, death, and despair. Mm-hmm. So I think the Ouroboros would be very, very good there. And now it's just a matter of me finding an Ouroboros that is awesome. See, they often put the Ouroboros. Oh, look, the never-ending story. The never-ending story. Ooh. See, that's actually the Celtic knot of being, but it's been put into a thing, and that depicts balance. I have it tattooed on the back of my neck.
That's a cool symbol. Mm. That would look like a cool key.
Yeah, make that into the key. That's the key.
That's a nice one.
You know, could the key be on the floor instead of in the hand?
Yeah.
Could the key be the symbol? The key could be the symbol, yeah? Like the big skeleton key, like sort of like in the sand or in the field or in the whatever the floor is made of.
Floor, yeah.
We can just put this ornate sort of key under there, so it's a symbolism in a different way. It's still there. It's quite big. It's the symbol plus it's the key.
Thinking a big key or a small key, like a regular, like she dropped the key, like it's down below her, or is it? Are you thinking like a big key?
I'm thinking a big key, but now I'm thinking no, that seems stupid. I don't know. But that could be the head of the key. That's the head of the key, right?
I like that.
I think the Ouroboros, simple snake, because snake is also kindred to fire, right? It's kindred to creation and destruction in its own way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Ouroboros.
I like that.
I think the Ouroboros. That satisfies me. The Ouroboros there. The key, the Ouroboros, a great melding of symbolisms. And now just the color.
The color. Just the color.
Just the color. No, it's just easy. It's just easy.
Well, the color, like, so if we have like a sunset background, then the birds are really gonna pop. Yeah, because you're gonna have the black birds and the skull head, so it's gonna really come into focus. If you go any darker than that, then it's gonna get lost. So the lighter the background, the more you're gonna see the birds and the skull. If you put this as a night scene, then you're not really gonna see it that well, unless you go with white doves or something like that. But I think I think like a sunsetty background would look nice.
Yeah. I like it. I like the monochrome. I like the opportunity to make the sky monochromatic in a way. So like just a beautiful variant of a color, the color that makes the dark of those birds really, really pop. So they are very accentuated.
Yeah, they're gonna pop. And are you familiar with the Great Salt Lake? You know, there's an area in Salt Lake where the ground, there's like salt everywhere and it's like cracked. So everything it's so, you're familiar with that?
I'm familiar with that lake. I'm also familiar with a lake that bears a similar resemblance in the central. It's in the central desert here of Australia, and during the wet season, you can take your boat out onto it. But during the dry season, it's bone dry, and it's literally the cracks. You could lose your small children in the cracks in this ground.
So, what do you think about having that as a ground?
Yeah, I like the arid nature of it.
Yeah, and I'm seeing the person almost levitating off the ground, because then you won't be, so it's not flat on the ground, because then you don't get this whole burst. So the curve of her body is actually pushing all this energy up too, so it's going to give it more of an oomph. So good.
Yeah, she needs to be needs to be the reverse of this.
Yes.
Like she needs to be this, basically. She's just floppy and like the bird coming straight out of here. So she's all like limp. He or she, the body, we'll just call it from this moment on as the body. The body.
The body. Yes. So the body is going to be, and as far as like clothing, it's going to be like warrior. Does it matter what type of warrior clothing?
No.
Not really, no. Because the focus is not so much on the
it's not really focused on the individual, more the transition that the individual is going through. Gabby's written here, the Ouroboros Universe World card. It's a good symbol for the world card as well. Although I'll probably go a tree for the world card. Anyways.
Should I keep this? Do you want me to keep this too? Yeah,
keep that.
Keep that.
She might be my double. She might yet personify in a different way. I liked her a lot. Like I considered her quite a lot. It made my decision difficult. But the eruption of force of the birds from the body.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign. So we're only doing one card?
Yes, I think so. Because we started 12. We've been an hour and a half in a creation process. That's a good amount of time.
It goes by fast.
It does. It does go by fast.
fast.
So now next time we know that we're going to do the full card, because this was a process of elimination. So we will be doing the full card next. The reveal of the what am I saying? I'm hungry. I can't think now. Yeah. The reveal of this card. So whenever we do the next video, it'll be the full. Whenever, you know.
Did we do this like a couple weeks ago? How long did it take? I don't know. I should really.
2 weeks. I think it was about 2 weeks, because we did our hangout on Thursday, 2 weeks ago, basically. Today's Wednesday, my time, Tuesday, your time. So just under 2 weeks.
Okay.
So that's good.
For, yeah. Well, you got to see some in between. So thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for all this.
It was exciting. It was exciting. This was a difficult one, I've got to say. Like I actually got my brain really thinking. It really got my brain thinking. How did you go, Anna? Did you have a really interesting
I mean, well, the death card has so much behind it that it's not one of the easy cards, I have to say. I mean, in general, even with other ones that I made, it's just it's always tricky.
Like every time I look at it, it changes. Like the visual changes. Like I said, I started off with this visual of this black, dark goddess, like this shadowed goddess. And then I shifted into perspective. I had Sheila Nagi there. Then I had a little Morrigan energy, not the actual goddess, but just the energy thereof. And then I had the concept of Valkyries. But then, of course, I've got a lot of rune business already and a lot of Nordic infusion there. And this is not necessarily a Nordic deck, so I had to move away from that. There was many ways that you could go with this one.
Well, it's multifaceted, like the card itself. So it's, you have to pick one side, kind of. At least visually speaking.
That's exactly right. If you saw the mess of decks and books that were at my feet right now, you'd be like, oh my gosh, you're charming right now. Because this was difficult. I had to like grab books. I was grabbing books and I was actually looking and I was trying to be thoughtful in my suggestions and my visuals. So guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you very much for those of you who have put your name down for pre-orders, and Facebook friend request me if you were one of those people, so that I can stay in touch with you, and when the time comes I can just send out a nice bulk message, a nice bulk group message, because that would facilitate my life a lot better. And yeah, so with that said and done,
thank you.
Look forward to hanging out with you next time.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Take care. And thanks again for your input. Bye.